Hello, it's like here to show you the Dora the Explorer and Finance Smart. Coloring here, as you see, is for Finance Smart, is that I went ahead and came up to say a list between 1 and 10. It's like 1 and 10, or it could be like 1 and 20 of whatever bills. It's like so far as financing, we say the budget is so far as water and electric and then trash and cable, along with the telephone, the internet, also known as the Wi-Fi connection, and along with the medical and then credit card, and then loans and gas and the property tax, and so on. So far as for others, and then you got right here is you got the cash, and then credit or debit, say PayPal, and then along with the say check and money order, along with the coins, and along with it say so far as green dot for for credit card. It's like that you got Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. But then you got these coins here, and along with the pocket is putting money back into your pocket, and then along with it say is bills. But it's like you would maybe come up with a list of to maybe 1 to 50 or maybe 1 to 100 about whatever bills that need to be paid around the house. But it's like one way. It's like you would come up with ideas for like maintenance repairs, like a leak in the faucet, or maybe is for dish, or for it's like that's like satellite dish, or maybe cable or something like that, or maybe schooling, or maybe it's like car payment or house payment or whatever you call it. Always like this, like you got the medical, say medical, so far with medical, and dental coverages and stuff like that. And then it's like you got along with children's Tylenol. But you have these different as they say, the different finances, different bills that need to be paid. Whenever you get one in the mail, and then you read it, and then a lot of times they tell you about what the charges are for, including the taxes, and then along with say interest fees or whatever you call it. But it's like you take time to read it, and then pay it. But then this part right here is what I went ahead and is what I went ahead and drew is that for pay list. It's like so far with pay list is that if you were to be looking at your bills, and then you're looking at your bills, and you have a number of these bills. You got a number of them, maybe 50 or maybe 45. You would say, including student loans or maybe credit card bills or something like that. If for credit card debt, and then you had all these bills, and then it's like you're like, well, whichever one that's due, or whichever one that that you had the money for, or whatever that needs to be paid first. But so far as the pay list is that you come up with decide whatever one that you can pay first. It's like you say make a phone call to the credit card companies or whatever. You can make the phone calls and say negotiating or whatever. The stuff that you hear about almost every day. But a lot of times it's like the question is if it works or not. But of course it's like this. Like in course you would have like 100% control where your money goes to, and a lot of times is that that one way it's like you're probably thinking that with the bills, so far with the bills goes, it's like bills and you say credit card debt or whatever you call it, that how are you going to get caught up? It's like there's no way how are you going to get caught up with what? It's like you ain't got enough money coming in or what? But you can say this is the secret way. I guess one way you could look at it is if you were to make a pay list. Is something that you could create, or whoever could make a list of of things. You say bills that need to be paid, such as it's like the whichever one that's due at a certain time of the month or whatever you call it, or which one that you could pay or something like that they had these line bars right here. It would show, it's like, about when it's due and then how much is due and all that. And but so far is for the pay list, it's like be like Dora the Explorer. It's like you get a bill and then it says whatever amount is due. It's like you're gonna pay it, or if you're just gonna put this aside, put it down or whatever. And a lot of times that's what most of the time that's what which a lot of people may do, that is put the bill down. But then it's like you pay the bill, and then the next month, and then the next one comes, and it could be more than that. But a lot of times that could be due to including the taxes. But so far, Dora the Explorer is to kind of explore around, is that to calculate how much money you cut down on the spending, what you're using, all that stuff. You calculate it and create like a pay list of whatever we call it, the points and credits that you can earn. So you put money in your pocket, money comes in, it goes to paying the bills or whatever, and then it goes back in the pocket. Which a lot of times is that of course ways to do that is to negotiate your payments with the companies and all that, and then work it out to where that money goes back in your pocket, which I'm sure that most banks and companies would more likely do that. That they'll pay you like a bonus or a credit for payment on time was made, and then then they'll credit you for it. But it's like a lot of times it's like with the with credit cards, money orders and stuff like that, is that that a lot of times you probably say that they could be considered your worst enemy, or they could be considered your best friend. But it's like there could be a million ways to how to spend your money, but then there could be a million ways of how to save your money, and one of those million will be is to keep it in a spot to where it's gonna remain the same. Maybe every coin counts. It's like no matter if it's a penny or a dime. It's like penny or a dime is a Sacagawea or something like that. But if familiar with any of those old coins, but you say old coins, a lot of people say that old coins would probably be counted as something worthy. But so far as with Dora the Explorer is being a homeowner, is that something that you can look at like in the next 10 years from now, which of course like me is like, and that's one thing that I was thinking about, is that being a homeowner, and then maybe own a new car one of these days. But so far as I say is keeping the go and financing, finance smart, financing the money and all that stuff. It's like so far as his job, it's that that more or less it's like that you could do a good job while financing smart. The budget is that if you were to take maybe at least 5 hours a day or something like that of your time to work out the bills and stuff, I'm sure that more likely that it is kind of considered, say, the homework. It is kind of considered a job. But so far is budgeting your bills is that the best option is more or less is that think of something other than nothing, to try to pay them, and more like is to make a pay list. What needs to be paid, and then and then get it done and over with. It's like get it done and over with, and then for the next month. But anyway, so far as for Dora the Explorer, and then along with the symbols, this symbols of less between 1 and 10, and then along with the pictures, the car, and then alongside this for the college school. It's like we pretty much learn about almost everything, pretty much learn new things about almost every day, to where it's like school can go on until about 50, but otherwise than that, it's like that you learn things every day. You learn that the pay list pays points or credits. But so far is for Dora the Explorer and Dora the Explorer in Finance Smart Color.